Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video we are actually going to revisit the Pirate King adventures for levels 100 plus this time, and I will showcase the 4 best teams using Zoro and Sanji with different combinations of other new units from the New Year Super Sugo Fest as well. So without further ado, let's get to it. Team 1 is obviously the optimal team, with every new legend alongside Zoro Sanji and the 2 new rare recruits. So we are going to use Roger and Odin as double captain. We of course get access to both EX supers, and we are going to use the other 2 new legends in the middle row so they can become captain after Newgate's revive, and we are going to enter on the Q side of both of our dual units. We do not need to do any stalling or max out our super swaps or anything like that. We immediately take out the first 2 stages and proceed to face off versus Izo in stage number 3. Tokyo will resist the special bind we want to activate here to remove it from everyone else, and also remove the bind from our captains, which for you to do maximum bind sockets are also needed. Then we swap both of our dual units, we attack based on color advantage and slots, and easily defeat Izo, most of the time ending on Yamato, who has a guaranteed Wano slot. For stage number 4, things will be extremely easy of course. After the preemptive and the left column gets special rewind and the right column gets paralysis, what we want to do first is activate the EX super of our captain Roger Odin. After comes their special of course, for lots of damage to defeat Whitebeard and Vista, and to also of course have a full board of Wano slots now. We also have locked the Wano slots for the next stage with the EX super, and then we want to activate Kinemon for our left column units to regain their specials and to free our right column units from paralysis. Then we swap to the Q side of Yamato and activate here to remove the damage reduction and increase our damage even further, which will allow us to super easily one-shot Marco. Because of Roger Odin, we have 3 turns of an ore boost, and we can also resist the despair Newgate will apply, but also the removal of beneficial effects, meaning the ore boost will remain, and the same will go for the attack boost, which was increased in duration from Kinemon's special. The tricky part after level 100 is that we are only allowed to activate 1 special in the final stage. We can activate the other Roger Odin EX super though to lock our Wano slots again. And then, if Newgate has a threshold, we want to swap to Sanji and activate his side of the special. If he has defense up, we want to activate the Zoro side of the special, and alongside all the other damage boosting, we can easily attack Newgate and defeat him for the first time. After the revive, Roger Odin as captain can resist despair once again, and the other Roger Odin can actually resist the removal of beneficial effects again, which does not play a role since all of our buffs would expire anyway. Whoever Newgate decides to swap to the captain position, we are absolutely fine with, and we want to activate the remaining special of Roger Odin to increase our damage and have enough to take out Newgate again, and this time for good. For Zoro Sanji and one of the new legends, but also without the new rare recruits, this is the perfect team for you. We are going to either use Roger Odin as captain or V2 Yamato, depending on who you have, and the other one will be the friend captain. Zoro Sanji of course will be in the middle row, entering on Sanji with V2 Shanks alongside them, and then for the bottom row I will use Okiku and Otoko, and also Pirate Rumble free to play Don Chinzao. For this run, we need to super swap both Yamato and Zoro Sanji. Yamato in stage 4, Zoro Sanji in the final stage, so we want to enter with both on the Q side, and we want to swap both of them 5 times in stage 1, but then Yamato 3 times in stage 2, Zoro Sanji 1 time in stage 2, both of them once in stage number 3, and then we will super swap Yamato in stage 4 and Zoro Sanji in stage 5. An important support for this team is free-to-play treasure map reward Dex Jinbe on Zoro Sanji, who is very helpful and synergizes perfectly with Zoro Sanji because they will make everyone free spirit. So Jinbe has the ability to lock free spirit unit slots, which will allow us to maintain the Roger Odin guaranteed Wano slots for 3 different turns, from stage 4 until we beat Newgate. Okiku and Otoko is a pretty important rare recruit here, not only because alongside Shanks they allow Roger Oden access to their EX Super, but also because if limit broken with their Sailor ability, they remove 1 turn of paralysis, which helps Don Chinzao completely remove the debuff. Versus Izo, we swap both of our dual units, we end on Yamato and attack based on color and slot advantage, and we easily defeat the enemy without removing special bind or activating any other special. Yamato can of course resist the bind on our captains. In stage number 4 now, Don Chinzao has been freed from special bind, and Okiku Otoko will reduce 1 turn of paralysis, bringing it down to 5. We deal with both paralysis and special bind, but we also provide our team with a chain boost in this and the next turn. Then we want to activate the EX Super of Roger Oden, and after that comes their special, which will increase our damage by a lot, guarantee us a full board of Wayno slots, which are locked, and they will also take care of the back row enemies. After that, we are going to super swap our friend Captain or Captain Yamato to the Q side, and then activate her EX Super and her special. Her special will remove damage reduction and increase our damage even more, and then with her EX Super, we will provide essentially Shanks with his special back. The Okiku Otoko special does not matter, they are only here to remove 1 turn of paralysis with their Sailor and provide Roger Oden with EX Super access. We one-tap Marco and proceed to face off versus Newgate. In the final stage, we are ready to super swap to Sanji. We can stop the removal of beneficial effects, meaning we can maintain our ore boost, and Don Chinzao will also provide us with a chain boost, and of course Roger Oden also resists despair. We do super swap Zoro to Sanji, and with their dual form special activation now, we can remove whichever defensive effect decides to appear, defense up or threshold. And then Jinbe also appears, locking all of our Wayno slots again, so we can have them matching after the revive. We of course defeat Newgate very easily here, with the ore boost, the chain boost and all of the boosting from Zoro Sanji. And after the revive, we resist despair once again. All of our buffs are gone though, so now we want to activate V2 6+ Shanks, who doesn't really need any specific level limit break level. Whatever unit becomes captain, we are good with that. We activate Shanks for the attack boost and the chain boost. We start attacking with Shanks, since he doesn't get the attack boost, then we can also activate the Roger Oden Rush Sugo special for more damage to of course defeat Newgate. In case you do have the new rare recruits and V2 Yamato instead of Roger Oden, the team will look something like this. Of course, you still want to do the exact same swap strategy as I said in the previous team, but this time we have Toki, so we can activate here to remove special bind in stage number 3, and then with the 2 swaps we did on the deck side of the units, we can easily beat Izo. Something to have in mind, this team still works with Roger Oden as captain. In case you have them, I just decided to showcase the other side of things. And essentially Kinemon replaces Okiku and Otoko, and Toki replaces Don Chinzao, in case you only have one of the 2 new rare recruits. In stage number 4, we activate Kinemon to remove paralysis, and we want to activate after him the EX Super and Special of Roger Oden. We will get all of the boosting, the matching slots, defeat 2 of the 3 enemies, and then we also want to super swap to the Q side of Yamato, and then activate her Special and EX Super to deal with damage reduction, get more damage, to one-tap Marco, and provide Shanks with his special back, which Kinemon cannot do because Shanks is not a slasher. After all of these actions, just attack with Yamato, defeat Marco immediately, and proceed to face off versus Newgate in the final stage. Despair of course is still resisted, the same goes with Bind in stage number 3, and we can stop the removal of beneficial effects, which means we can maintain our ore boost. Now we want to super swap Zoro to Sanji, and whatever defensive effect Newgate gains, we will remove it, and we will also increase our damage, make everyone a free spirit unit, which also means Treasure Map Reward Jinbe support on Zoro Sanji can lock everyone's slots into Wano once again. Then we attack and super easily defeat Newgate for the first time. And after the revive, the other special we want to activate is the Shanks one to provide our team with an attack boost, our Q units at least, and a chain boost. We start attacking with Shanks, then everyone else, and we defeat Newgate for good, no matter who out of our two middle row legends becomes captain. For the final team, if you only have Zoro and Sanji out of the 3 new legends, we are going to use them as captain, swap them 5 times in the first stage, 1 time in the second stage and 1 more before the super swap in stage 3 to super swap them in the final stage versus Newgate. And always have in mind, when we are preparing for the Zoro Sanji super swap, you do not want to tap them if they have a tandem RCV or Wano slot, because their swap meter will be reduced and your super swap might be ruined. So have it in mind, just avoid tapping them all together before the super swap is ready in stage number 3. We are still going to use Dex Treasure Map Reward free-to-play Jinbe support on Zoro Sanji to lock our guaranteed Wano slots from Roger Oden, and then in the middle row we are going to use V26 plus Shanks and Super Sugo Fest Law, the 6-star version, and in the bottom row the 2 new rare recruits, Kinemon and Toki, with Kinemon being on the right side. We of course want to enter on Sanji from Zoro Sanji, and our friend captain will be Roger Oden with access to their EX Super. We want maximum bind sockets, and we activate Toki in stage number 3 to remove special bind from everyone and also bind. Then we want to swap Sanji to Zoro and also activate Super Sugo Fest Law to increase our damage, since his special won't be useful in any of the remaining stages. Then we attack based on slots and color advantage, defeating Izo immediately and very comfortably. In case you don't have Toki from the 2 new rare recruits, replace her with Pirate Young Adventures Luffy with Halloween Ace support attached on him to reduce bind, and then you want 3 more turns of bind removal for stage 3 so you can use more supports like Legend Corazon on Law and rare recruit Dex Kanjuro on Kinemon. If you do use Luffy, also place him bottom right and Kinemon bottom left. We want to use Kinemon in stage number 4 to remove paralysis and give Roger Oden their special back. Then we activate the EX Super and Special of Roger Oden to beat the back row enemies and gain enough damage with the full board of Wano slots to beat Marco with 3 taps through damage reduction by attacking with Zoro, Roger Oden, ending on the bottom right unit, either Kinemon in this example or Luffy in case you replaced Toki. And by the way, in case you are wondering, I don't think Kinemon is replaceable in this team. He is way too valuable to remove paralysis and provide Roger Oden with their special back. And he also provides access to their EX Super, which we need to use. For the final stage now, we resist Despair, we can maintain our ore boost, and we want to super swap Zoro to Sanji and activate their dual form special to gain more boosting and remove Newgate's defensive effect. Jinbe will also activate, locking everyone's slot, since all of them are free spirit, into Wano once again. We attack and super easily defeat Newgate for the first time. Also have in mind throughout the quest that our cerebral units, Law, Shanks and Toki, are not fully boosted by Zoro and Sanji. After the revive, either Law or Shanks will become captain, we are fine with both, and we want our only special to be the Shanks one for an attack boost on the Q units and a chain boost. Then we want to attack in this order, starting with Law and Shanks. Then Roger Oden to also activate their Rush Sugo special. We hit as many perfects during the animation of the Rush Sugo as possible to increase our damage. And then we want to attack with Toki, Kinemon, ending on Zoro Sanji for maximum damage to defeat Newgate for good. It is also worth it to note that the final team's damage probably cannot clear up until the highest level in Pirate Young Adventures, But if it is the only team you can build, they can get you to a specific point to get some rewards, and especially if you combine them with different buffs from the Pirate King Adventures map. Hopefully you did find the video enjoyable or helpful, and if you did, definitely leave a like, I would really appreciate it. Subscribe for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, and as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.